Meet Jeremiah. He's not your average guy. Living in San Antonio, Texas, Jeremiah's a prophet, deeply committed to his calling. But his life is far from easy. Imagine you're doing everything right, speaking the truth, living faithfully, yet bullied, shunned, and abandoned. Jeremiah's world is isolated. He's depressed, frustrated, lonely, filled with anxiety, and exhausted.
Welcome, and thanks for watching Biblical Boldness.
Jeremiah has a tough gig. He never married by choice because he believed it was God's plan for his life, and in a family-first city like San Antonio, where BBQs and weddings are weekend staples, this choice made him an outcast. No spouse, no kids, no invitations to the block parties, and he felt it deeply. But Jeremiah's biggest struggle wasn't his loneliness. It was his message. You see, Jeremiah was called to warn people. He preached truths people didn't want to hear, calling out injustice, pride, and rebellion against God.
So we think on those things that are true, on those things that are honest, that are just, that are lovely. That will transform your life. And we need to realize that the Holy Spirit will lead us into all truth. Can you see how this stuff could work in your life?
The result? Mockery, rejection, even threats. In the shadowed silence of his solitude, Jeremiah's voice trembles, raw with pain. "You deceived me, Lord," he cries, his words heavy with betrayal. "I'm ridiculed all day long. Everyone mocks me." The weight of his anguish pierces through the stillness, a lament from a man who has borne the cost of obedience. Jeremiah didn't hide his pain from God. In his darkest moments, he even wished he hadn't been born. "Cursed be the day I was born," he laments. But here's the thing. Jeremiah didn't stop talking to God. He continued to pray and brought his raw, unfiltered pain straight to the one who could handle it. His frustration burns like embers, doing what is right. Yet, this is not the cry of weakness, but of humanity laid bare. Jeremiah, unafraid, bears his soul to the heavens, his words, a testament to the profound struggle between faith and despair. In the heart of the city, amidst the clatter of dishes and the hum of voices, Jeremiah found his purpose. And it wasn't at backyard BBQs or Spurs games, although he loved the Spurs. But Jeremiah found comfort, love, and acceptance in the quiet corners of the local soup kitchen near the homeless encampments. Here, he wasn't excluded. He was embraced, feeding the needy, mentoring the weary, and sharing words of faith. Jeremiah became a beacon of hope. For those invisible souls that are often overlooked by the world, his presence was a reminder that they were seen, loved, and never truly alone. In this place, his isolation became a bridge to something greater, a purpose rooted in compassion and faith. On a lively stretch of brick walls and neon reflections, Jeremiah's path crossed with a tale not unlike his own. A group of rejected teens, dancing and creating the most vibrant, beautiful street art. Among them, a kindred spirit, at the end of the alleyway, spraying a mural of praying hands with the word faith underneath. Knowingly, these kids often fought to find their place in a world that often turned its back. As the first light of dawn broke over the city, Jeremiah and the artist stood in the glow of something greater than themselves. The mural, was no longer just paint on a wall. It was a testament, a declaration of faith in a world yearning for hope. In that moment, a deeper truth unfolded. God is pulling people out of dead, toxic environments and placing them into Goshen environments, places where His promises thrive. Like Jeremiah, believers are being called out of places void of vision, of the prophetic decree, which states, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." God is placing believers in environments of vision, movement, and action. He's nudging them out of the false and into authenticity, out of darkness and into light. They are called to disrupt, to reveal, to protect, to endure, and be bold. And as we embrace our purpose, we illuminate a path not just for ourselves, but for others still lost in the shadows.